Listen, there's a lot of shame when it comes to this topic, so I've really held off from talking about this on this channel so early on. But I know for a fact that I'm not the only mom going through this. Being an overweight mom isn't just about my appearance or my body in general. It honestly affects me in so many other different levels. I really wanted to make this video because maybe one of you could relate. If you don't know me by now, my name is Annie. Consider me a fat girl fed up. I opened up this YouTube page about a month ago with no expectations whatsoever, but with one goal, and that was to record my whole entire weight loss journey. But not only am I vlogging the true raw side of really losing weight from day one, I'm also throwing in some of these confession sessions where it's just me and you talking. Being overweight affects us in so many different ways, so I really want to make this page like our safe place. We're all on a journey, we're all trying to get healthier, we're all trying to lose that weight, but we can never go forward without kind of facing our fears and facing the things that kind of make us feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you like this type of vibe, then make sure that you're subscribed, you give this video a thumbs up, and you're following along my whole entire and very long journey. Okay, let's talk being an overweight mom. I first want to talk about the emotional side, then definitely the physical side, and then the shame and guilt, and a little bit more deeper toward the end. But let's go with the true emotions first. I have been an overweight mom since I gave birth to my son literally 9 years ago. I was never a skinny mom or a fit mom or healthy mom. I literally gave birth to my son and I was already extremely overweight. And ever since he was born, I pretty much just kept on gaining weight till this exact moment that he's 9 years old. This is not a video of just bashing us and seeing all the things that went wrong. This is something of just understanding where we're coming from and the challenges that we faced. I think automatically the first thing that comes to my head emotionally is how many times I kind of like missed an opportunity to take a nice photo with my son, or maybe hid half of my body behind my son on purpose, or maybe tried to like blend in with the crowd because I know how horrible and huge I look in the pictures. I am all about selfies, obviously, but when it comes to taking like core memories, core photos, I always saw myself kind of like hiding and kind of tugging and tigging. And honestly, I am so sick of it. I hope you guys know my son is 9 years old and I have never done a professional photo shoot with him. It's very common for moms and families to do professional photos maybe yearly or maybe for the Christmas time or certain holidays and birthdays. And I have truly kept on just like rescheduling it because I don't even want to see myself on a professional picture blown up because I am just a fat girl fed up, literally. But isn't that sad? Why am I taking that away from me and from my son? Professional pictures I could have done with him when he was smaller just because of my insecurities. I hope you guys are following along with what I'm trying to say. I also have emotionally some guilt of passing down some unhealthy habits to my son. You guys know I'm very raw and I speak very real here. I am not the type of woman to sit down for lunch and have a whole plate of carrots and broccoli. So my son wasn't raised eating carrots and broccoli, you know? Still to this day, I regret not introducing my son to carrots and to veggies and fruits and healthier options because now at his age at 9 years old, it's a little bit harder to introduce it to them. I'm not saying that it's impossible because he's been trying different type of healthier foods and he's really liking it, but it would have been such an easier transition or maybe something just more natural for him, you know? Another really emotional topic that I'm sure any other overweight mom could probably relate to me is as your children get older, you kind of have that little worrisome if they get embarrassed because of your weight. Does that make sense? Like, my son is at an age right now that he's like a mini teenager. 9 years old, this is rough, okay? He's like a little man already. And sometimes when I go to school, I've definitely had like a little friend of his say like a little comment to him saying, oh my God, your mom is big, or oh my God, like your mom is fat. Kids are really tough nowadays. We all know this, but I don't want my son to feel embarrassed that I look and I act unhealthy. I want him to be proud of me. I want him to be proud of my choices, of what I eat, of how I look, of how I carry myself. Going even deeper to the whole emotional process, do you guys ever think about if I keep on with the weight that I am and the way I eat and the unhealthy habits that I have, will I even be able to stick around as he gets older? I had somebody tell me that I was not related to. It wasn't even a friend. It was somebody kind of random that we were having a conversation about weight gain. And she even told me, she's like, don't you want to see your son get married, have children, be a grandma? That hit me so hard. My son is my entire life. He's the only child I have. And nothing makes me happier and a little bit emotional right now thinking the day that he gets older and he finds his first love and he gets married and has children and does his whole life. I want to be rooting him on. I want to be there physically and see him grow up. Now, I want to dive into the physical side. When he was younger, I want to say like when he was like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, that's when they get the crazy ages of running and you can't even keep up with them. That's another thing that always embarrassed me too. I would go to the park with my son and he would just book it. Like he would just start running. And I remember there would be times that I would start like running after him and I would get so out of breath that I actually never went to the park with him alone because I was so scared, because I was so unfit that I couldn't even run after my own child. So I always went with Oscar, or I always went with my mom, or I always went with a really good friend of mine just to help me tag team him, you know? There has been so many plans that I have also canceled when he was younger, when it came to things that I knew were outside activities, like big pool parties that I know the other moms were going to also get into the pool, like those big park activities that I know I have to be present with him in it. You know, it is so sad to say the opportunities that I have missed out on just because of my weight. Truly, it's not only my self-esteem, it's even physically. Like, for example, I think one of the biggest things that I'm scared of right now is that we're going on a very, very special vacation in August, and I'm pretty nervous about it. I'm gonna definitely talk about that more in detail in my next vlog that I'm posting for tomorrow. I'm really nervous about that vacation, and you know what that is? To spend money on a vacation, be excited because it's your summer vacation with your child and your family, and you're worried about something that could possibly happen just because you're overweight. Like, this is horrible. I regret letting myself get to the size that I am now. Now, guilt and shame, that's something that I really wanted to talk about more in detail. I also want you to give yourself some grace the same way I have done to myself. We birthed a whole human. Okay, give yourself some grace. Our bodies went through crazy hormonal changes. Do not think that this is the end of the world. You just need that day to start your journey and just live a healthier lifestyle. Stop calling it a diet. I did that for, I think, I don't know, like 20 years, and diets clearly never worked out on me, right? But it's not only about weight loss in general. It's more about being healthier for myself and for my son. Being overweight as a mom is always like a tug of war, right? Like that's kind of what it feels like. Like you want to be a fun mom, but you're so limited because of your body, how it physically is, but you still want to do fun and cool things, but you probably don't fit inside that ride. It's such a tug of war that is so depressing, and nobody understands this unless they're living it. Sometimes that guilt is probably the worst part of this whole process of being an overweight mom. And the fact that my son is at an age that he is very smart and he's very aware of how I'm feeling or my emotions and his emotions, and him having to see me change my shirt 100 times, or seeing me very stressed out about what I'm gonna wear and how I'm looking or what are we gonna do, or me checking like the weight limit. Why am I putting my son through this? You know, with all of that said, I do want you guys to know that I am extremely hopeful. I'm trying. I just started this weight loss journey literally 3 weeks ago. I've done so many different changes. I haven't checked on the weight scale how much I've lost so far, but even simple little things I've done during this journey in the past, like what, 21 days, I already feel a difference in my body. It's actually kind of ironic because right now I'm wearing a Dr. Pepper shirt, which I am a Dr. Pepper girly through and through, and I haven't had a soda or a Dr. Pepper in the last 3 weeks. Round of applause. I know, round of applause. And that was one of my biggest addictions ever, soda. So there we go. Honestly, about a month ago, I had like this breakthrough moment. I am 32 years old. My son is 9 years old. He's getting older. I'm feeling more limited and limited. I have a personality that I could walk into a room and speak to anybody, right? But at the current stage of what I was even a month ago, I felt this small. And I am tired of it. I do not want my weight to get in front of the way I parent and the experiences that my son is going to live for the rest of his life. I know this sounds like so rough and probably so like ignorant, but I do not want my son to grow up saying, yeah, my mom was always fat and she never took care of herself. Like, I don't want that. So I'm really, really trying to show up for myself this time. I haven't done that pretty much my whole life. I've always depended on other people's validations and I've never put myself forward. Why have I gotten this big? What is wrong with me? And it took me a really long time to stop pointing the finger at everything and everybody around me and to finally point it back at me. if I don't change the way I am now, I am never going to change ever. I definitely want to make another video about a personal experience that I went through with grief and overeating, because that was a huge combination for me, and this just happened about 4 years ago. It's a really hard subject for me to talk about and not tear up, because I lost a very important family member about 4 years ago. If you're watching this right now and you're feeling somewhat inspired to pretty much join me on this whole weight loss journey or even a healthier lifestyle journey, listen to me. It is not about being perfect. It's about healing for yourself and for your children. So if you're a mom going through something similar to me, or if any of these subjects I have touched on that you could kind of relate to in any way, drop me down a comment. Again, this is our safe place here. I love reading all of your comments and replying and hearing a little bit of your story. As my journey keeps on going, which I know it's going to be a long journey, but that's okay. The more stories that I will share, the more opinions I'll share, the more closer that we will get. If you are an overweight mom or parent that's going through it right now, I just really want you to know that you were meant to see this video, and I see you, okay? We're in this together. My next vlog for this whole week will be posted tomorrow, and then our next confession session or sit down talking will be posted possibly next Wednesday. Let me know in the comments too if you guys want to talk about any subject in specific. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you made it all the way to the end, again, I just want to give you guys a huge virtual hug and a huge virtual kiss, and thank you guys for being here, giving me a voice on this platform on YouTube, being able to use this as kind of like my diary, but a shared diary with every single one of you. And as I always say, keep pushing. We got this. Love you guys.